organizes people of the West Side to build collective power to advance justice and racial equity in the community for all people. We envision a just, united, self-reliant West Side where all of our people are connected, safe, healthy, and successful. We know that a strong neighborhood is an organized neighborhood, and an organized neighborhood can steer its future. And we truly believe that through the power of the people of the West Side, we can steer our own future. So let's take a look at some highlights from 2021 and hear about some of this amazing work that staff and residents have been involved in over this past year.
Recently, we've been having tenant union meetings to get the renters and the tenants around the West Side together and have a better understanding of their tenant rights. As we gain more tenant leaders, we also have the tenant leaders go out to different apartment complexes and teach on to others the knowledge that they have learned. We get all together, become a community, a tenant union, and we go to the management and let the landlords know what's wrong. We let them know our rights.
It's about the right to live in safe and affordable housing. When renters let us know about bad conditions in their buildings, we organize to build tenant power, and then getting them to come together collectively, go to the neighbors and figure out if they're having the same issues. We're dreaming big and working on a long-term goal to organize housing cooperative and other alternative models that will keep people housed. When neighbors can afford to stay in their homes, all of us benefit. That's why we knocked over 1,000 doors across the West Side and succeeded in getting rent stabilization on the ballot as part of the Housing Equity Now St. Paul Coalition.
Rent stabilization allows us to stay in our communities and meet new neighbors, become friends with new neighbors, look out for new neighbors, each other.
Thank you very much. I remember Monica buying a poster at the beginning of this journey that said, "Nothing about us without us is for us." And that was like the grounding of this scorecard, was about nothing that comes into this community is going to come in without us having input and giving direction and ensuring that it will benefit the people within the community.
When you say our neighborhood should reflect our identity, we hear you. In 2021, our West Side Scorecard team engaged with 9 major developments to represent West Siders' interests and fight displacement. We invested in small local businesses, supported new public art, and organized community visioning for the future of Wesco's lot on 76 Baker Street East. The issues that we're taking action on are in response to what the community is looking to create in their neighborhood. So some of the health and environmental justice work that we've done this year has revolved around access to nature and parks and beautiful spaces, as well as access to growing your own food.
This year, we organized for renewable energy by holding a public forum on solar power and racial justice, advocating to local elected officials, and connecting Westsiders to solar cooperatives. We crafted a summer series centering local Black, Indigenous, and people of color healers and artists. We strengthened community connections through sharing free seeds, crafts, marigolds, and vegetables.
We believe that life-affirming public safety starts with deepening our relationships as neighbors through community care. In 2021, that meant creating spaces for you to connect, mourn, organize, and celebrate in many beautiful ways. youth open mics, the Black, Indigenous, and Men of Color Circle, Dia de los Muertos, and Westside's first ever Juneteenth celebration.
I was born and raised here. I raised my 3 kids here, and my granddaughter's being raised here. Additionally, this year I had the blessing of being able to co-facilitate the BIWOC table, Black, Indigenous, Women of Color table through WESCO. And we gathered women from all around the city. We supported and encouraged and lifted each other up. We all showed up with our own lived experiences and our histories, and we provided a space where we are all able to share our stories and push back on internalized and colonized systems to do our own healing work, and then to turn around and pour into our families, our neighbors, and our community as a whole.
Acknowledge yourself. Give yourself some love for showing up today for WESCO. This is yours. This is ours. This is the ancestors of the Dakota land, and we're here to respect that with drums of many tribes. Thank you.